Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Guide to NID. Hope you are doing good. And today's video is about this very interesting topic which a lot of you must be curious about, that what NID looks for or what any other design exam looks for. So today we will be looking at what are the different aspects of preparation that you need to focus on and what exactly design exams look for. So if you consider checking at the last 5-10 years question papers, you will realize that these design exams are very different from your typical IIT JEE or MBA or engineering exams. So what makes it so different? And what exactly do they look for? Why don't they just take your 10th and 12th scorecards or take your graduation mark sheets and scorecards and you know give you a merit list based on that? Why don't they do that? Why do they try to test something very different which you have never studied so far, which you have never experienced so far? So if you look at the question papers, the previous year question papers, these are the kind of questions that they ask, which are very common sense based, but at the same time it needs certain logical reasoning, certain visual reasoning, certain awareness about the world around you, certain observation skills are required. And then the design exams expect you to perform on a certain question, on a certain task in a very creative manner. They don't expect one correct answer from hundreds of students and declaring it as the one best answer. It's not like that. So think about it for a moment, why they expect you to attempt these kind of questions in this manner only. If you do a little brainstorming, you will realize that this is what is supposed to be done by a designer in the real world also. And that is why these question papers are designed in a way to test that whether a person has an ability to become a designer, whether the person has a fundamental basic aptitude to look at these questions in a certain way that he or she can very easily solve it. So that is what I am trying to explain in my other videos also, that there cannot be just one book that you prepare from cover to cover and say, okay, now I am ready to attempt any design exam or any question paper of NID, CET, NIFT and other exams. It's not like that. There cannot be just one book. What you actually need to do is be very hypersensitive about the environment around you, raise your observation skills to a level where you can see maximum details in minimum amount of time, grow your visual reasoning and a little bit of mathematical reasoning in a way that you can understand, okay, if there is a Rubik's cube, there are 3 cross 3 grids and there are total 9 small cubes inside that one Rubik's cube, right? So these are the basic observation skills that you need to understand, and this is something that not a book can teach you. This is something that you observe on a daily basis and store somewhere subconsciously in your mind. And this is what exactly all the design exams are testing. Whatever the coaching centers teach you or whatever the different coaching exam material talks about, it's fundamentally this one thing only. If you grow your awareness, your observation skills to that level where you can see things as a designer, then these exams are very easy to attempt. And trust me, I have cleared most of these exams, and I'm telling you, I didn't have to go through any coaching material and stuff like that. Whatever I used to observe on a daily basis, whatever I used to read about on a daily basis, you just need to put a little common sense, a little bit of visual reasoning around it, and you can very easily solve these kind of question papers. Now if you see this particular question, all it is asking is you to figure out which are kitchen tools versus which are other types of tools. So if you see, this is the sixth number is basically a spanner which you use in automotive tools or any other kind of tools which is generally not used as a kitchen tool. So that's what, it's very easy. Or if you see these kind of questions, a person's body motion is drawn in different positions. Now you have to draw one intermediate position in this flow. So if you have observed how a kid is jumping in a playground, you can easily sketch out this figure. So all I'm trying to tell you is, the more you explore around you, the more you increase your observational skills, the more you read about design world and how things are built, how things are functioning, how things are designed, the easier it will be for you to attempt such questions, and your preparation will happen in a very natural manner. You don't have to specifically solve those hundreds and thousands of question papers designed by some coaching institute. That is not the most effective way to prepare for these exams. The most effective way is to try an approach where you are fundamentally becoming a designer. And what I mean by becoming a designer is a designer is a person who is always curious, who is always exploring, who is always reading new stuff, who is always trying to build connections between two different set of data points. So like you went to Delhi and then you went to Bangalore, and then you trying to compare the two cities from a cultural perspective, from a foodies perspective, from the perspective of fashion, from the perspective of economics, from the perspective of public transport, and a lot of other things. So a lot of times I have observed that the preparation is happening when you are out in the market, when you are out in a movie theater, when you are out playing football or anything like that. It's all about your observation skills and a little bit of logical reasoning, a little bit of visual reasoning to it. That's it, guys. You don't need lots of mathematics or any kind of rocket science to crack these exams. If you keep your eyes open all the time and keep on reading about different stuff and stay aware about the things which are around you, these questions are very very easy, and that is what they are looking for. They are looking for people who are inherently observant. They are looking for people who are very curious about things around them. So for example, if you see this question paper, now if you have not read about Indian paintings or Indian artists, there is no way you can solve this question with 100% accuracy, right? But if you have been to a place like National Gallery of Modern Arts, where you have come across different national level artists, you will definitely see this painting, which is a very famous work by Raja Ravi Verma. And this is a particular style which is very well known by the name of Raja Ravi Verma. So all I am saying is, you need to grow your experiences. You need to read different types of books. You need to read different types of magazines. You need to go to different types of places. You need to try out different things and be very observant about it. Like for example, see this question. If you have not read about cars, if you have not read car magazines, or if you have not read books about cars, there is no way you can solve this kind of question. So these are different models from different eras of cars. And if you have studied any of the car design books or any of classic car magazines, you can easily sequence these cars in a chronological fashion, right? So all I am saying is, guys, it's all about your observation skills. It's all about getting into different sorts of media, getting into different sorts of knowledge sources, and build your database, build your awareness around it. I would suggest you to read certain books about design. Some very good books that I would personally recommend is something like this: Design of Everyday Things. One of the most well-known authors and most read books in the world. Don Norman is considered the father of user experience. He was the one who coined the term user experience design. Then again, Steve Krug, a very lightweight book, a very short, crisp book about daily usability. If you read these books basically expand your brain. These books basically gives you material to think, ideas to think, and the way to look at things. And guys, that is what is needed. If you read these 3 4 books, you will get the perspective, you will get a way to think and look at design, and after reading these books you will gain a heightened sense of observation and perspective. I hope this video helps you and you gain something very valuable out of it. If you like such videos, please don't forget to like, comment, share with others, and subscribe. Till then, bye bye, take care, see you in the next video.